back to another video with me, Fabio. This week we'll be talking about mental well-being as well as reviewing our game week and how it went, as well as previewing our game weeks because fixtures are coming in hot and fast and we want to be on top of things. So starting off with mental well-being, in my perspective, I think that this game can be super engaging, and if you don't take a step back to just take a breather, it can end up taking an effect on your mood. And the reason I say that is if you look at my teams from game week 1 up until currently, I have benched a lot of players that have scored points that if I had played them, I'd have a much higher rank. So I didn't play my free hit in game week 13, and I'm not so sure if I want to play it in game week 14 because I've already made my transfer, which I'm going to talk about later. But 14 and 15 is a good time to play any of your chips that are still active, because as of game weeks 19 will be rolled with new chips, and if you haven't used your chips, they won't be available to you. You won't be able to double up on chips. Of game week 16 will all be rolled up to 5 free transfers, and this is because players are going to the African Cup of Nations, and FPL saw it fit this season to give each manager 5 free transfers to mitigate and navigate that. Team review, I scored 53 points this weekend. Got returns from Gakpo, Rice with his defensive contribution, Saka, and Thiago, who is up to 11 goals now. I think he's having a really good season. Van Hecke as well gave me a return. So this week I also sold Dominic Calvert-Lewin for Igor Jesus, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin ended up getting a return this game week, and Igor Jesus ended up blanking. So that's just typical FPL for you. Why I bought Igor Jesus, if you watched my last video, is because I knew that Nottingham Forest have good fixtures and they've also been having a good run of form lately. I just didn't realize that Morgan Gibbs-White carrying a knock and playing would affect his creativity and the team as well, as they lost this previous weekend. So this is my squad ahead of tomorrow's fixtures. I plan on playing Munoz versus Burnley away. The problem with Munoz is that he's only 1 card away from the 5-card suspension rule, but I'm really hoping that he is able to keep disciplined, and from that he'll be able to roll back to 0 if he is able to keep that up until game week 19. Fpl as well will be starting for me as they play Tottenham. That game will also be away. Fpl had an amazing game week, and he was one of the players that I ended up benching. He ended up scoring a brace, and I was super ecstatic. I was so thrilled that I ended up checking my team at halftime, which I usually don't. I usually check it at the end of the game, at the end of the game week, or rather at the end of that day's fixtures. So as Fpl scored, I checked my team, and checking my team, I saw that I had him benched and he was my last substitute. He ended up scoring a brace in that game, and by the time the fixture ended, he had 14 points. By the time they added all the bonuses and everything, he had 16 points. So I can't not play him for this game against Tottenham. My other player is going to be Timber versus Brentford. Arsenal as a whole versus Chelsea, they lack that flair that they've been showing the whole season, but Chelsea also lacked the flair that they had been showing in their recent run of good form. And I think that the reason behind that is because both teams were tied from their earlier fixtures in UEFA that week. So another reason as to why I wanted to keep my free hit is because with fixtures coming in thick and heavy, you don't know the players that are going to be rested or the players that aren't. So hopefully with early team news, I'll be able to get ahead of a few managers and play that free hit in a week that some players that are essential will be getting rested. My other player, or moving to the midfield rather, I'll be playing Saka and Rice versus Brentford as well. This week I plan on playing Semenyo, and the reason why that is, it's just a gamble. I'm not sure if he's going to start. I'm not sure if he's going to have a good game week, considering he's lacking match fitness. He hasn't played for the past 2 weeks, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so might not have that instant impact that I'm expecting him to have. Then Gakpo, thank goodness Gakpo got a return this weekend. I'd been holding on to him and was super reluctant to let him go because Liverpool's fixtures are just super good, and I'm hopeful that this means that Liverpool have turned a new leaf and Gakpo can keep the points coming in and rolling in. Then moving to the forwards, it's Haaland versus Fulham. Haaland, his previous game wasn't the best. I think it was his lowest XG for the entire campaign, which has been 13 games so far. We obviously don't expect him to keep scoring a brace in every single game, but we also don't expect him to have like the type of game week that he had last weekend. And my other forward spot is going to be Igor Jesus of Nottingham Forest as they play Wolves. Wolves still haven't been convincing this campaign. So with them still not able to keep a clean sheet or get a draw or a victory, I don't think that they're going to get confidence miraculously. And I think that this will be a good fixture for Forest to keep pushing and keep chipping away at the table and where they currently are at. So my transfer for this weekend, I was considering using it on a goalkeeper, but that's not usually advisable at all unless your team is super solid and you don't have any other problems. Then you can focus on goalkeeper transfers. The reason why you don't want to focus on goalkeeper transfers is because they don't bring in or hardly bring in big hauls. It's rare for a keeper to get a penalty save or to have like a really amazing game week where he gets an assist or something. So I won't be using my one free transfer on Pope. Rather, I'll be using it on Sarr, who ended up getting injured 5 minutes into their game against Manchester United, but they still kept him on the field up until I think it was close to halftime is when they made that substitution. So I don't think that he will be ready for this next game week, especially the quick turnaround in fixtures. So I've used that transfer to bring in Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest. Plan on doubling up on Nottingham Forest this week as they play Wolves. Then another good shout is Drewsbury Hall. He's also been having a really good campaign and recent run of form. The reason why I don't want to bring him in is because he has one good fixture, and then after the good fixture, the fixtures are a bit mixed and tricky. So best of luck beating the deadline, as the fixtures are coming in thick and fast. As I mentioned, we have a kickoff tomorrow, which is the 2nd on a Tuesday, and the next kickoff will be on the 6th of December. So see you on Friday as we review our teams and preview for the game week ahead. Thanks for tuning in.